Hello everyone and welcome to the Odoo Roadshow Oceania. My name is Nicholas Gontois. I'm a business advisor here at Odoo Hong Kong, and joining me today is Lionel Willems,
Hi everyone.
one of our functional consultants. Thank you everyone for joining us today to discover more about Odoo14. We have many new awesome features to share with you today. If you're watching the stream on Odoo, congratulations, you're experiencing one of our new Odoo event app features. We can interact in the chat box on the left, and you can check out the other talks that you're interested in. Later on, we can even talk face-to-face in the live chat room, so please stay tuned so we can show you more about Odoo. If you are now on YouTube, don't worry, you can join us by clicking in the link in the description box down below. During the presentation, please feel free to leave your questions in the chat box next to the stream, and we will discuss it in the Q&A session after the presentation. For today, we have a few topics that we'd like to cover. So first of all, we'll start with a bit of background information on Odoo, so who we are. Next, Lionel will present a bit more about our strategy moving forward. And we'll also give an online demonstration of some of the newest features of Odoo14. We'll then discuss the implementation methodology that we use when implementing Odoo. And then lastly, we'll cover your questions in a Q&A sessions during the live chat room. Who are we and how did we get started? So we started back in 2005 in a small town in Belgium by Fabien Pincars, who's our CEO and founder. So at the time, a lot of the ERP providers on the market were focused on larger companies and corporations, leaving a lot of the small to medium-sized enterprises in the dark when it came to the digitalization of their business. So as you know, Odoo really focuses on the usability of the system, as well as keeping it affordable for the smaller to medium-sized enterprises. And how we did this is really with a modular approach and improving the usability with time. So Fabien recognized this issue and really focused on a solution for SMEs. To give you an idea of our growth in the past few years, we actually have 11 offices worldwide currently. So our headquarters are still in Belgium. We have 2 additional offices there as well, in Brussels and in Antwerp. We have one in Luxembourg, one in Dubai covering the Middle East and Africa, one in Gujarat in India to cover the Indian market, one in Hong Kong where we're currently located in to cover the Asia Pacific region, 3 in the US covering the East Coast and West Coast, and our newest office since this year is actually the one in Mexico City covering Central and South America. Now, to give you a better idea of our growth throughout the years, we actually achieved an important milestone this year of employing over 1,000 people at Odoo. We've also had a steady growth the past 5 years of 67%, and we work with 3,000 official partners worldwide, and there are actually 6.6 million users, or people actually, worldwide using our Odoo solution. Now, to give you an idea of also the type of customers we have, as you can see, it ranges from a whole variety of sizes as well as industries. So Odoo, we don't focus on a specific vertical. We're not a verticalized solution. We don't focus on specific industries. It really depends on the requirements of the companies that we interact with. So you have, for example, Mizuno, which is a Japanese retailer in sporting goods. We have Foodpanda, which is a food delivery service. We have IBM, of course, the multinational when it comes to software and hardware. So it really depends on the requirements. So in some cases, they're looking to, for example, improve their customer engagement, where they're looking to use the Odoo CRM to improve the follow-up of the leads, prospects, and customers. In other cases, they're looking to optimize their warehousing, where they can use the inventory and purchasing applications of Odoo. So it really depends on the requirements of the customer. Now, how do we do this? We do this with a modular approach. So during the evaluation of Odoo, we discuss with you what the core business processes are and what would be needed from the start, and we build up from there. So for example, in this case, we're looking at the CRM and sales applications to start off with. If in the future you're looking to expand and include accounting into the business, into the Odoo platform, you can do this. Also add operations, the manufacturing application as well. So it really depends on your requirements and how you want to expand your business in the Odoo platform. Furthermore, what makes us different? Why are we unique? So we provide a fully integrated system, so all the applications actually communicate with one another, even if you install them later in time. It's also a very intuitive system, so what we've tried to do within Odoo is to provide a solution that's not only for people on the management level with good reporting, but also on the operational level for people on the sales floor, in the warehouse as well, or elsewhere. It's also a scalable system, this once again coming back to the modular approach, where you can add applications as your business grows. Now, what do we often see in the SME market? We often see that they use different point solutions. So in this slide, for example, we have a WordPress. Maybe companies are running their website on WordPress, using HubSpot as a CRM, MailChimp as their mass mailing tool, and Slack for their internal communication. Now, what is the major pain point here is the fact that they have all these different applications. This means that they have no one source of truth. So it's a whole web of applications where when it comes to consolidating that data, this is done manually, and this could be this could lead to inefficiencies and also to some human error when consolidating that data. So what we try to do is actually provide a single point solution, so an all-in-one solution where everything is integrated with one another. This also decreases your training time for newcomers, and it speeds up the whole process of new users actually getting used to a new system. Now, Lionel, maybe you can tell us more about our strategy towards the future.
Yeah. So hi guys, I'm Lionel, a functional consultant at Hong Kong. So thanks, Nick. And Nick explained a little bit of what we do. And right now I would like to spend a few minutes as well on why we do so. So in other words, what's our strategy? What's our vision for Odoo in the future? So when you think about ERP system, usually you think about a management software, right? So at Odoo, of course, we tackle this part, but we also put a lot of emphasis on the usability of the software by the everyday users. For example, the warehouse user, the warehouse picker, the sourcing department, every salesperson. So we need to make sure that we provide a tool that they really like to use. So we need to provide, and it's not that easy because we need to provide something fast, something that covers all the different features for every single department with access rights, right? You don't want everyone to be able to do the same thing in Odoo. And that's performant, and that, of course, they want to use. So to summarize, they have to be able to do more in less time, and they need to want to do it, right? So where do we stand in terms of this approach in Odoo 14? So when we started with Odoo 13, we had 13 new apps. 13. So 13 version, 13 new apps. But in Odoo 14, we have only one single new app. So we really changed direction there. We focused much more on industry-specific features in Odoo 13, for example, with the rental business or with the field services. But in Odoo 14, we changed direction completely. We decided to go for more BI, for more integration between everything that we already have and improvement of our usability and performance. And so that's why we only had data cleaning as a new app, which is not at all the main feature of Odoo 14, even though it's pretty great and you will see it. So our focus and strategy remains the same as it was in the past on the global level. I would say that we're still trying to deliver as much value as we can for an affordable price, And our focus is still aimed mainly at SMEs. But now with Odoo 14, we realize, and at least actually already from Odoo 13, we realize that a lot of bigger companies are getting interested in Odoo. Companies with thousands of users. And now with Odoo 14, I'm confident that we can handle bigger projects as well. And this is great for project managers like me and like the people in my team are really eager to start working on the Odoo 14 implementations. So yes, we transform companies by creating a software for people, so not only for managers, and powerful features, intelligent UX design, high product value. But so all those features bring us to a specific market standing. And that market standing is here. Usually when you get interested in a new ERP system, you think about multiple criteria. At Odoo, we focus on 6 ones, and also we look at where we stand compared to other ERP system companies. So we have the branding, industry-specific features, functionalities. We have features in general, the ones that are provided by standard approach out of the box. Then you have the technical quality or the easiness in which you can customize your system and your code. The pricing, which is extremely important in 2020, as you might concede. And UX, which is user experience and user interface. That's basically a new feature, a new criteria. New criterion when you think about it in the history of ERP systems. So let's have a look at where our competitors stand. This is NetSuite. You have Microsoft Dynamics 365 and SAP. So SAP is extremely, and also NetSuite and Microsoft, they're extremely high in terms of branding. You think about ERP system, you think about SAP directly, right? They're much better than us, honestly, in terms of industry-specific functionalities, because, as Nick said before, this is not where we want to put our emphasis. And in terms of features, well, they can be pretty high as well. But Odoo sees it differently. So we're not trying to be better than them in terms of those specific criteria, right? We're just trying to be different, to have a different positioning, and this is where Odoo stands. So our branding is still pretty low right now. Our marketing teams are very small still in 2020. Industry specific, as we said, we're not focusing on that. We have a lot of features. Just to have a look at our app store, but also just in our features normally, like, you know, SAP, for example, is quite limited in the amount of new and modern app that we have. For example, e-commerce, point of sale, email marketing. You need an integration with other software for that. In Odoo, everything is integrated. Technical quality, as you might know, if you have ever faced a project with Odoo, or if you learned about Odoo Studio, it's very easy to customize your system in a few minutes. And if you're going for developments, it can be done in a matter of a few days or a few weeks if you have a bigger development. But it doesn't have to take a few months or years to develop. Pricing and UX are the two main functionalities on Odoo, the two main features, I would say. We want a software that's beautiful and that's cheap, right? So let's get on with that. So this year we published Odoo14. So the quote is, intuitive design is what you get, for ease of use is what you deserve. So what do we want to show you today? We want to have a quick look at Odoo14 and show you guys, first of all, for some people that might join us for the first time, that don't know Odoo before, so we'll explain some basics, but also for people that know Odoo, we want to show you what's different and what Odoo14 has to offer, right? So let me show you a few, one of our scenarios. So we're going to focus on a local beer company based in Australia that was founded in 1995. But those guys have been growing crazy fast for the last 2 years, and they're looking for a system to sustain their growth. From 2018 to right now, they went from 2 stores in Australia to 12 stores. So they were really interested in finding something that can help them. Right now, they're using 4 different systems: QuickBooks for accounting, MailChimp for email automation. They're using WordPress as their website, but they don't have an e-commerce yet. And they're using Excel, of course, for all the operations. So as Nick said, you need to extract all those data together into a third-party software. Probably it's going to be Excel, right? Or something different that you might use. And hope you don't have any wrongly typed information or duplicates in order to get that. So they wanted an integrated system. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use Odoo to create them a website for them, an e-commerce solution, but also we want to be able to help them to implement on the offline side as much as on the online sales. And we want to consolidate reports based on different applications together after going through a few supply chain operations. So the replenishment is also a big deal for them. All right, so let's go directly in our database. So this is my database. As you can see, this is the new dashboard of Odoo14. It didn't change much actually since Odoo13, but it changed quite a lot since Odoo12. So here we have 8 paid apps. We have sales, website, and e-commerce. We went through the document applications because this actually document application is quite revamped in Odoo14 in terms of the spreadsheet integration. I will show you that. We have the purchase app, inventory, accounting, and also expense, because there is also a few new features regarding to those applications, right? So first of all, I'm going to show you who are our employees. So we have myself, so I'm the operations manager and sales manager as well. We have Nicolas Gantois, who is with me today in the purchase department, and Johnny Dash, who is our purchasing intern that we hired this year after he lost his job in the COVID pandemic. So I'm just going to go to the website and show you how we built it. So we didn't spend too much time on it. We actually took like 30 minutes to do it, but I just want to show you a few things. So this is Beer Lovers. This is the name of our company. They have a few numbers displayed here. So the amount of beer brands that they sell, 12 stores in Australia, 37 employees in total, and they support 8 languages, right? We have a little display of our featured product and a few quotes from our best customers. if I want to check this out, I can just click on this button and check them out. And you see that we have an about this page as well with some key milestone in growing the company, right? So in 2018, as you can see, they went from 2 to 12 stores. And we have a few pictures of our team working in the store. All right. We also have a shop page. But so basically, first of all, before getting into the integration between the front end and the back end, I would like to show you one thing. So I'm just going to go to the About page and click on Edits. I would like to show you guys the improvements that have been made in terms of the blog builder in Odoo. It's quite crazy. This is the main feature of Odoo 14, I would say, is the website builder. So you might recognize a lot of blocks, right? The structural blocks, the features, but this is not the main point. The main point that I want to tell you about is what's behind, what you can't see. Before, it was extremely tedious to go through a migration with a website. It was extremely tedious to change theme because you might lose blocks, you might lose information. One block was available in one theme, but it was not available in the other theme, and so you would lose that integration. In Odoo 14, this is not going to happen again because we really took our website into both hands, and we decided to have it resilient to these kinds of operations. So outside of that, it's pretty straightforward, right? You might go for, let's say, cover. Here we add a cover. We want to add some text. Welcome again. Add a button with a specific function. We can easily read that, right? Redimension it, right? After the dimension, I can decide a few things. So I can modify my height. I can modify the width of my text. I can decide to add a few columns. So if I add 4 columns, for example, well, you can see that here it's a little bit big. I can reduce the font, but this is what I can do. I can add some additional things. So I can replace my media, for example, by clicking here and adding this media again, right? I can see that. And I can add a filter to my media itself. As you can see, it's very easy for me to just change the quality of an image as well. I can just add here, but of course they will tell you, okay, this is the new size in terms of kilobytes. So you can do some redimensioning according to the performance of your website. And parallax, color filter, all of those are additional features that you will spend the time to work on. Like personally, I don't have too much time here today to go through all of it together because I could spend 2 hours really. But I'm just gonna save it. Oh, and one interesting thing is that if you want to keep this, if you create a new block completely and you think it's really nice and you want to reuse it on other pages, you can actually save it here and save the block to use it somewhere else, right? I'm just going to click here and I'm going to call Lionel's favorite block. Sorry. Save it. And basically, it's just going to be added to my main blocks here, custom blocks, as you can see. I can just drag and drop it again, and that's it, right? So enough about the websites. I want to show you 2 things. So let's imagine, because that's the main pain points of this beer lover company, they wanted to improve the connection that they have with their own customer or their potential customer. So we have 2 ways to do that. Either I go through the shop page, and through the shop page, I can see, okay, what do I have right now? I have some goods that are unpublished, but of course, because I'm administrator, I can see it. So the customer will not be able to see that. And I would like to go for a few, I don't know, triple camelid. It's a really good beer. And I would buy 13 of them. I will add to my cart. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to go through the entire process of an order. I will show you why. Because in Odoo, in the backend, there will be a quotation in draft that's created automatically when a user creates and puts something in its cart. And so that's quite interesting because it allows me to follow up. Let's imagine that the cart is full for 7 days, but you realize that the customer didn't do any action. You can actually contact him if he left his information based on the account that he created on your website. You can also use the contact us page to create a lead, right? So for example, I'm gonna choose a lead that's called, I don't know, Hubert Sterling. Right, phone number will be that. The email will be hsterling@example.com. Company, let's leave it blank. Subject, do you sell St. Bernardus beer? And then I'm very interested in this beer. I need it. All right, so I'll submit this. And then we'll have another page, a thank you page, and say, okay, your message has been successfully sent. So let's go now to our backend and see what happens. So here I'm in my apps dashboard again. I can go to sales to verify if we have something that was created. Those are my quotations. So this is the dashboard of the sales order in Odoo14. As you can see, it has been quite reworked in terms of usability. You can directly see the next activity, but I'm removing the filter to see all the sales. So not all my sales, but also the ones from our intern, Johnny Dash, and Nicolas Gantois. And as you can see, there is one here that is blank. So I know that it hasn't been assigned yet. It's in quotation draft stage. And indeed, it's my 13 triple complete. I can see that Odoobot created it, so I know it's automatic. If it was like Nicolas Gantois created it, I knew that he created it. But here it's Odoobot, it's automatic. And I check and I see, okay, so I have enough quantity, but like, let's imagine that this one is not really important right now. But as you can see, this one has been created automatically in the backend. I can follow up, right? I can say, hey, you left your cart with beer for 10 days now. And then you can basically send them an email I've been sent. Of course, you can create email templates so that it's a little bit more diplomatic than what I just did. But yes, and then you can confirm and follow up. And the second way is to go to the CRM application. We have some opportunities, but the opportunities are already confirmed leads. Right now, what I wanted to do with them is to have a second layer of contact with the clients. And you can go to the leads and you see, okay, here, do you sell Saint Bernardus beer? You can see a lot of leads here. Not all of them will result in sales. For example, here we can see, when do you open, or do you accept pays and payments? So those are just questions, and I don't want them in my pipeline for my salespeople because I will think that I will have money from those, but actually I won't. However, this one from Hubert Sterling seems very interested, and I can see in Odoo14 how many pages that guy visited. Of course, I'm connected with my users, but and this is why I have 54 pages, but you can actually see that for that public user or portal users if he's connected as an account. So I'm interested. Let's imagine we have like a series of discussion with him, and I'm going to convert this one into an opportunity. So let's create this. So I create a new customer because he's not in my database yet. And when I do that, it's actually an opportunity, has changed view. So now it's in new stage. If I go to my pipeline, I will be able to see it here. Do you sell Saint Bernardus? And this is great because we just were wondering if we should buy Saint Bernardus for our customers. So it's a good opportunity for us to confirm this and to say, okay, maybe we should actually start to use Bernardus. So it's already in our database, but let's imagine we had a deal with the client, so it's in a proposition. We need to sell him. We need to send him a quotation. So I'm going to send him a quotation here, and now we're not in the CRM application anymore. So as fast as I change from website to CRM, now I'm changing from CRM to sales application, and that's where I manage all my sales orders. So first of all, I save it. Right? We have a sales order with nothing, but I would like him to pay in 30 days, and the order will expire in next Friday. Right? I want him to take a quick decision. I have Saint Bernardus because I created before the 12th one, but it's not completely well configured yet. So I'm just going to open the Saint Bernardus and I'm just going to make sure, okay, it's all sellable. It's a storable product. It can be purchased and sold because we're a trading company. If I go to the purchase tab, I just need to make sure that I have a vendor for him. And fortunately, I discussed with Beer With Me, and they agreed to send us a quote for $3. Right? This is quite important if I want to automate my flow. It's not necessary to do so, but if you want to automate your flow and ordering automatically, you will need to add a vendor if you purchase it. So inventory route, you can see that we're actually buying this product. Right? And we sell it at 3, so we make a lot of margin on this. So I'm saving. And right now, I can see that I don't have enough quantity. And this is why that little graph is red. Right now, you can see forecasted stock as of today is 0 units. And, we have 0 as well. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to tag our supply chain intern. What's his name? Johnny Dash. He just arrived. Johnny Dash, could you please check if we can replenish this beer. Okay, and so I log in, and he will receive a message by email, because now I actually manage his notification by email, but you can also manage your notification at Odoo. So I'm just going to save it right now, and let's say that that person actually wants 54 beers, and we're saving it. All right, and I will confirm it, because it's definitely, I want this beer, I want to sell it, and I'm just going to check availability. But as you can see also on the delivery order, which is already in the inventory app, so integrations, right, that it's not available. So I'm going to ask our intern to have a look at it.
Yeah, perfect. So in this scenario, I'm going to be Johnny Dash, the procurement intern actually. So in this case, what I'll do as the intern is I'm going to have a look at our stock and see if we have anything in stock at the moment. As Lionel mentioned, we don't have anything currently on stock. So what I'll do is I'll first change my user to go to Johnny Dash. So indeed here, previously I was on Lionel's account. Now I'm logged in as Johnny Dash. As you can see, also the dashboard has changed. So depending, of course, on the access rights per user, you can adjust the views accessible by that user. So here, let's go into the inventory just to have a look at what needs to be replenished based on that order. So here I'll go under operations and replenishment, and I see indeed, okay, there was a St. Bernardus that's needed, minus 54 in stock. And here, yeah, thanks to Odoo14, there's actually a new rule being applied, which is the automatic and real-time replenishment of inventory items. So here we have three different options. So we can either order this PO, this specific product once, so make it a one-time order. We can also automate it, which means, for example, each time a confirmed sales order is received by us, that it automatically creates a draft purchase order. That's another possibility. Thirdly, we also have the possibility to work with reordering rules. So if, for example, we've seen that St. Bernardus has been requested by a lot of customers in the past and that the stock levels are often depleted, then we can set minimum and maximum stock levels to make sure that there's a threshold where we say, okay, if it goes under 50 units in stock, we want automatically that a draft PO is created to purchase, for example, 500 units, just to make sure that we're never out of stock of St. Bernardus. And an additional option that we have in V14 is actually to snooze this notification. So if you say, okay, it's not urgent, we can snooze it for a day, a week, a month, or an alternative period in time. So in this case, what I'll do is actually I'll order it once. Okay, so I click on to order once. And what we see here is that there's a new PO being created, so PO number 16, which can be found back in our purchasing application. So I can click on this directly or go through the main menu. In this case, I'll just click directly. Okay, and here we come into the purchasing application. So we see here it's a request for quotation, PO16. We have our vendor automatically created based on what Lionel did previously, applying a specific vendor to this product. And we have the quantity, ordered quantity, which is 54%. Now, another cool feature that's super handy for the procurement team is the fact that we can now ask for confirmations before receiving the delivery from our vendors. So we can ask the vendor if they can confirm that the scheduled date will actually be the actual receipt date. So if they say, for example, it's going to be later on in time, then we're at least aware that there's going to be a delay of our delivery also towards our customer. So that's one new feature that we can do. Additionally, we can also go with an approval flow. So let's say as a procurement intern, as Johnny Dash, I don't have the possibility to confirm orders above a specific amount. So I'm just going to change this. Let's say the price has increased recently. There's been a worldwide demand for St. Bernardus, and they've increased their pricing to, let's go crazy, let's say 20 per unit. 20 per unit. There, so it's now 1,188 Australian dollars. Let's save this. Okay, so let's say when it goes above a certain threshold, I think, and I believe in this case it was 500 Australian dollars, that the procurement manager would need to approve this order. So in this case, you'll see once I confirm this order here, you'll see that there's a message being popped up saying if the order is over 500 Australian dollars, the approval is needed from the procurement manager. So this means it's still currently a request for quotation, but a notification will be received by our procurement manager, which will be me. So I'm going to change my user once again to Nicolas Gantois, and we'll go into the purchasing application. And we'll see here, indeed, the PO16 has been sent to me as well, and where there isn't confirmation needed from myself. So here we have, once again, all the correct data directly linked, and I'll confirm the order now from the purchasing intern from Johnny Dash. So in this case, we've now confirmed the purchase order. We can also receive the product in the past. A good point. What we see here is also a complete traceability. So this is called the chatter. So here we have not only an overview of the actions, but also communications with the vendor in this case. So you can send messages directly to your vendor, specifically regarding this PO. Additionally, you can take internal notes. As you saw, Lionel tagged the purchasing intern Johnny Dash actually to take a look into the PO. And we can also schedule in activities. So if there's anything that we need to do, for example, follow up the vendor with maybe the new pricing if it continues to have a booming sales season. So that's one thing. And as you can see, you have a complete overview down here. So let's go back up, and we're ready actually to receive these products. So we can go directly into receipts, or we can go once again in the inventory app and receive it from there. But let's go for the fast route. We'll go directly here, and we see here we're in our warehouse, incoming shipment number 15. What needs to be received? The St. Bernardus for 54 units. And the last step here would be actually to validate this inventory move, that it's been received into our warehouse. And that's the procurement process within Odoo. So back to you, Lionel.
So now that we received our goods, before I want to check my inventory, I just want to have a quick minute about the new list view. So you can go to purchase application, to sales application, to the CRM application. Every list view in Odoo basically have been reworked in order to access the information and see the information much better. If you're using Odoo 12, Odoo 13, or even before, you will see a drastic change. So the purchase representative, for example, you can see directly who's handling it. There has been a lot of formatting as well by our design team. But also, what I really like here are the next activities. You can directly see, okay, there is something going on with a call here for PO number 11. I can click on it and I will see, okay, due in 2 days, call Meredith for me. So those activities are always linked to the activities dashboard, right? So wait, I'm just going to change my user. I forgot to do that. And now I'm Lionel Willems again. And I can easily see what I will have to do by clicking just on this little activity button. You can see, okay, I will have 2 different things to do with journal entries in the future. So that's a more accounting thing. 3 regarding purchase orders. So I can just click on it and I will see, okay, so for these 3 things, I need to do stuff, right? I can also just go again in the list view and easily just tackle them one by one. So I have in 2 days call Meredith. I have this one send feedback due in 24 days, etc., etc. Okay, but so let's go back to our flow. I received my 54 quantities of St. Bernardus, and what I want to do is just going back to the sales and have a quick look at the status. So Hubert Stelling again, right? Now you can see that, well, nothing has been delivered in invoice yet, but this little button is now green. It's not red anymore. We see that reserved have been 54 units, but reserved already. Why? Have a quick look at the delivery order to the client. You see that reserved 54 units. So why did Odoo take the bold step of reserving the quantities for me? That would be a very good question if you were answering yourself that. That's because the need was generated from the sales order. So the sales order generated a need that you could find in the replenishment dashboard. From the replenishment dashboard, we created the PO. So there is a link between all those steps. So Odoo knows that. Odoo knows that because we created this for this particular order, well, we can reserve it for you. And if you decide to do otherwise and to rearrange the priorities, there are multiple ways to do that. But the simplest way is just to click on unreserved, for example, and you can see that, well, it's not reserved, but it's available if you want it. So if I check availability again, it's going to be 54 quantities. So right now, I'm just going to sell it. Sorry, I'm just going to ship it. And that's done. And the next step would be to manage my invoice, right? So when I create my invoice, we have a big negotiation power, let's say, and we want to ask the customer money before we actually pay our vendors. Everything is transferred from the sales order to the invoice. We still have the same amount, 54. I confirm. Oh, actually, we have a high negotiation power, but we're going to making high loss on this one as well, which is fine in terms of pandemic, I guess. But I confirm it. And then I will register the payment. So confirming an invoice basically links it already to accounting, and so you can see that you have an income, you have your GST, which is the accounting localized taxes, and we have an account receivable. We basically ask the client to pay. When I register the payment, we will compensate those account receivable together. We will reconcile them together so that we will know, Odoo will know that it has been paid. So if I click on the payment here, it's paid by bank. It will show in payment as long as you didn't reconcile it with your bank statements. So that's also something a little bit different in Odoo 14, right? So this is it for the accounting side as well in this flow. However, I would like to spend a little time on reporting as well before we go to the purchase side again. So what I would like to do is to show you a new feature that comes with the documents application in Odoo, and it's called the Spreadsheet application. So it's part of the documents, and it allows you from any pivot view in Odoo. If you're familiar with Odoo, you will know what a pivot view is. Otherwise, I'll show you. So I'm going to go to the sales, and here you can see a lot of views, right? We have the list view, we have the Kanban view, basically based on some filters and some functions. In some scenarios, you might need other views. We have a calendar view, right, to manage your activities. But I also have the pivot view that usually people in the past described it as the Excel view. And I think that's why they did it from the sales pivot view. You go and you create your specific filter. So I would like to see all my salespeople, salesperson. I remove the filter my quotations. So I can see here that I have a few, I have undefined sales. That's because I didn't assign myself to one of the sales, no problem. Yep, I'm just gonna cancel this one. Let's see, let's say that we lost the deal. First of all, I will look at my salespeople. And then I will look at created date by month. All of those are actually confirmed. And I can choose a specific measure, right? I could go for the untaxed total, but I'm just going to go for the total of the order right now. Because what I want to do is create an Excel spreadsheet, or an Odoo spreadsheet in this case, to add a commission. Because as you might know, we don't have a commission application in Odoo, we don't have a commission module. And the reason behind that is that commission can be extremely complex to plan. Every company has different rules. Sometimes you have different layers of commission, and it's basically step by step every time. And every time you have to develop that for a project, it also takes a lot of time. So I think that the spreadsheet will revolutionize this, and I will show you how. So we have the salespeople, we have this. I can save this as a favorite, right? Sales for performance, for example, and I will insert it in a spreadsheet. So here, if I had a spreadsheet already, you could add it as a new tab of that existing spreadsheet. But here I'm just going to create a new one. Okay, and as you can see, it looks a lot like Excel. I'm just gonna call it sales commissions October, November 2020, right? So here I have my numbers. First of all, I would like to add a new line, and that new line will be my commissions. Right, commission rate. So for Johnny Dash, he's an intern. I'm not going to give him a lot of money. For myself, I'm just going to give myself 10%. And our bestseller, Nicola, will have 15%. Right? We still have the undefined. I'm just going to remove this one, delete row number 6. All right. And so here we have a sum of our total sold. So I would like to add an additional column here to compute the sum of what I owe to my people. So I'll try to link it with the accounting later. But like basically what I want to do is like just this. I have to enter the formula only once. So this one, sorry. So the commissions for October, but also the commissions for November. Oh, sorry about that. I did it wrong. Up here times this one plus commissions for November. Okay, good. This one will be total commissions. And I can just use this as well, as usual. And I can do the sum of these as well. So as you can see, a lot of functions, you can find them again from Excel. It doesn't have them all, but we have a few nice, one, like conditional formatting. We have a little bit more formatting. You have fonts, you have the sizes and everything. Everything that's formatting is quite useful. However, what really differentiates Odoo a spreadsheet from this are two things. One of them, it's easier to draw data from all the different apps together and create a little bit more of business intelligence. In the past, if you wanted to do some reporting based on purchase, inventory, sales, invoicing, whatever, you had to take it out of Odoo and basically create your own reporting sheet, right? Now it's possible inside of Odoo. And the second thing is the update in real time. And I will show you that. I will show you that right now. So let's imagine that right now you can see that Lionel, me, I have a total sales for November as 4,336 and commission of 513, right? So what I will do, I'll just save and I will go back to my sales and create something. Okay, let's imagine that our friend Hubert really liked the Simber Nardus, but right now he wanted the Rochefort 10. I will have a quick look. We have 41 units left, so I'm just going to send him everything, because he's a really good potential customer. I want something for at least 1,000 Australian dollars. Let's see how many Rochefort 8 we have. We have only 10 units, so that's not much, but it's okay. And let's say we double the price for him. We're trying to cover the losses from the previous order. And we see, okay, right now, let's go for 40. Okay, we have more than 1,000 in sales, right? I will save it and confirm it. Of course, we can ship it, we can create the invoice and stuff, but right now what I want to do is to create reporting based on sales only. So I will go back to my Documents app. I will go back to my spreadsheet, which is there. I saved it. And as you can see, right now it went from 3,000 something to 5,392, and the commissions updated automatically. So based on whatever is happening in your database, it's gonna update automatically based on a filter. And why does it do that? Because if I hover above this cell, you can see that there is a path to this formula. You can see that I'm taking this value from pivot view number 1. We're looking at the amount total, so the total of the sales order, for which user, me, Lionel Williams, and I'm the user ID number 2, and the date is for November. And that's what it means, right? So there are a lot of different things that are quite nice here. I can decide basically to, just imagine, you did a mistake and you actually deleted this. And then you left Odoo, and for some reason you don't have the undo button anymore. There is actually a nice function, and I will try here. Insert pivot cell. I can click on sales order, and you can see that here I have the values that I deleted in the past. So Odoo remembers what should be there based on the first filter that you created when you create the spreadsheet, and look at, okay, so those are the undefined that I deleted later before, but those ones are the 5,392 that I should actually have. So I'm just going to click here, and it's back. And that's all you have to do. So I could spend a little bit more time explaining all the functions here. There are actually quite a lot of functions. Based on the filter, for example, you can decide to filter. If you have a huge spreadsheet, you can decide to group by and filter by other stuff. You can do some conditional formatting, which I could also show, but I'll not spend too much time on that. So I just wanted to introduce this up to you today. All right. So that's all for the reporting side, and we'll just leave Nicola handle the last part of this demo.
Yeah, so as many of you know or don't know, we actually have an OCR, so using AI to read vendor bills. So that's been available in previous versions as well. Now, what we have new with Odoo V14 is the fact that we can also use OCR to read in expenses. So I'm going to show you an example of that. So I'm going to upload an expense from actually an expense that we tried to look for that was as realistic as possible, I'd say.
Yep.
That's a bit, how do you say, scratched up.
Yes.
You can use our mobile app directly, take a picture, and it's directly integrated into the system as well. In this case, I'm going to upload it from our files.
I think I put it in this file here. Okay. And it's actually an expense coming from one of our clients, but it's completely not traceable.
So let's let it upload. And as you'll see, so we're gonna, with the OCR, it takes 5 to 60 seconds. Usually it takes just over 5, I guess. And we can actually update the status as well. So just to give you an idea of how that receipt looks like, it's pretty scratched up, but we tried to make it as realistic as possible as well.
We were actually surprised that it worked so well for this one,
exactly.
because it's really, well, It's messy.
It's pretty messy. So we weren't sure if it was going to be red. But as you can see, let me update the status here, and we'll see what's exactly been taken into account. And indeed, it has taken the unit price. So it was €12.80. The quantity of one, of course. We also had the expense date that was red. Maybe I can show back the difference between the two. There we go. So if I zoom in on this, we can see, for example, the expense date was the 29th of January in 2020. So that was read correctly directly from the OCR of Odoo, so the January 29th, 2020. Also, even the bill reference was read. And that's pretty amazing. If we go here, the document, you see 01890287. So those are a few things that are read immediately into the system thanks to our Odoo OCR and AI system.
Maybe if I can just add something about the OCR, because the OCR works on a separate server than our database. So it's not pertaining to Odoo 12, Odoo 13, Odoo 14. The OCR, as the algorithm behind us, the AI, has been improved consistently over time. And even users from Odoo 12 and 13 will be able to benefit from functions. Let's say most functions, because if you have specific fields that require basically to have Odoo 14 fields for this OCR, maybe it will be a little bit more limited, but it's definitely going to be improved for Odoo 12 as well. So they keep working on it on the separate server.
Yeah, perfect. OCR is now available for expenses as it was before for vendor bills. So this is one of the new functionalities here. So that's all for the online demonstration. We've covered a few new features with Odoo v14 now. If you have any questions, once again, feel free to leave your questions in the chat box. Right now, we'll go back to the presentation to discuss more about our implementation methodology. So what is the Odoo way? So when it comes to implementing Odoo, there's two ways of going about it. You can implement and work with us directly, or you can work with one of our partners. Now, we work with, once again, a variety of businesses. We work with both SMEs as well as large companies with specific needs and requirements. The majority of the customers that we work with directly are SMEs. And the reason for this is because we use the quick start implementation methodology or approach. Lionel will explain in the following slide our methodology if you work with us directly. But to keep it simple, what we try to do is try to keep the solution as standard as possible and avoid any heavy development. If you're a larger company or you have complex workflows or business processes, then a partner can help you out there if there is some kind of development required. So that really, we cater both to SMEs as well as larger companies now. We also provide different hosting options. So with us directly, you can work on the cloud-based solution. We provide both a SaaS solution and a PaaS solution. So the SaaS solution is the standard solution maintained by us directly. The PaaS solution is called Odoo SH on Odoo. Extends the capabilities of the SaaS solution where you can integrate third-party applications, or if you have a technical team, you can also deploy your own developments if necessary. Now, if you have your own servers locally, you can also keep the system on-premise, thanks to also one of our partners that can help you out there. Lionel, as a consultant, functional and implementation consultant, you can maybe guide us through the implementation methodology.
Sure. So as Nick said, it's called the Quick Start implementation. So all the project managers at Odoo are using it. So as I said before, we mostly focus on SMEs, but right now in Odoo Hong Kong, we start to have bigger projects as well. And we're still using the Quick Start methodology. Sometimes it needs a little bit of tweaking because, like when you have a bigger project, bigger companies, they usually impose their own rules, their own project management side as well. But we're also fighting a little bit against that. So we try to find a compromise between the Odoo methodology and the customer methodology as well, right? To have a good communication along the project. So basically, Quick Start stands for, we want to implement quick, obviously. We're trying to deliver as much value as we can in a very limited amount of time. We don't want to have a 1-year implementation to finally, for the user to start see the value of using Odoo, right? We want the users to be able to use it as soon as possible. So there are a few underlying principles to this Quick Start methodology. And the first one, if I want to refer back to the name, I would say that it's we're not advocate of a one go live. We're trying to launch little steps basically intermediary launches, that's how we call them, alongside the project until the final go live. But there is no real final go live. So for example, let's imagine a company like this Beer Lover that we just showed you. First of all, how we would tackle this kind of client would be to implement the website and the CRM together so that they can manage, or maybe email marketing, right? So that they can manage their flow of leads at once. So this would be a go live flow by flow. First of all, tackling the leads, then tackling the sales and invoicings, and maybe purchasing inventory for the replenishment later. And maybe later they want to focus on their accounting localization in Australia and reporting, right? So we could see that as intermediary launches in 4 different phases. And this has proven to work much better because you can engage the users as early as the first phase before needed to wait for the software to be perfect, because it's like learning a language. It's never going to be perfect directly. So and then we have the 80-20 methodology. It's just a rule of thumb that says that we are trying to keep the software 80% standard and 20% of customization maximum. We're trying to fight as much as we can because Odoo has a lot of features, and we're trying to work with the workarounds and see if we can use a workarounds to tackle the solution first. If it's really mandatory and really not possible with Odoo, then we agree to customize it. We have other principles, but you can find those on our quick start methodology online. It's open to everybody. So that's it for our presentation today. Thanks a lot for your attention. So right now, please feel free to leave all your questions in the chat box because we're ready to tackle a few questions with you in a minute. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Welcome back, guys. So now we're gonna tackle the Q&A session. We saw that there were 2 questions currently in the chat. The first one is, what is the best resource to get detailed training on the spreadsheet reporting function? So that's a good question because right now the documentation is not completely up to date. So our technical team in Belgium is working on that. But the best way to tackle those questions would be to go to the Odoo 2020 experience. What is this? I don't have it. Okay. I don't have it. I don't have that. So never mind. I'm just going to answer the question. Sorry about that. So the best resource to access it right now would be the Odoo 2020 experience. So you can go to the channel Odoo YouTube Odoo Experience 2020, and you will see 200 videos on the most recent updates, features, vision, and everything. There are 4 of them, I believe, that were about spreadsheets. One of them is about sales forecasting and budgeting. The other one is about the advanced features of spreadsheet. The third one is about just the introduction on spreadsheet in general, and the fourth one is a bit more specific into sales commissions. So if I were you, I would look it up. I did it as well, and it's pretty clear. It's done every time by a different consultant, so it gives another perspective on everything. We can jump to the second question, which is, can we use the same formulas as what we usually use in Excel? So I tried a few of them, and you have a lot of functions that are available. Just go to the spreadsheet itself, write equal A, for example. You will see a list of 20 functions that basically use equal A, equal B, equal C, etc. You will see that a lot of them that I don't even personally use will be available there, but I can't guarantee that all of them will be available. And I think that they mentioned that in one of the talk of the Odoo experience as well, that not all the functions are available right now, but of course based on feedback that you guys can give us, please feel free to send any feedback on odoo.com/help, or even just like getting in touch with one of our, business advisors.
You can get directly in touch with me or one of the business advisors here. If you create also a trial database, you can also try out different applications, one of which would be Spreadsheet, for example, and on the trial database, you can just try out some formulas and see what's available there. And otherwise, through the website on Odoo, you can always schedule a meeting with one of the business advisors directly as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's see if we have any other questions coming.
Not at the moment, but you guys can keep asking a few questions. We still have a little bit of time, so now that we're here, take advantage of us in that way. If you don't have any question right now, we can also wait, because we're gonna have a live chat room where you guys can directly communicate with us face to face. We're not gonna go into there yet, but I can already show you how to reach the page. So now we're on Odoo Oceania 2020. Feel free to click on the live chat room later on after this Q&A session to communicate with us.
Yeah, perfect. There's another question. Yeah, another question came in. Do you have an app for the construction industry?
Want to answer that, or?
Yeah, I can answer it shortly. Maybe you can fill in as well. We don't have we have a.
No, we don't.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I was going to be surprised if you said we did have something. So no, we don't have anything developed by Odoo itself regarding the construction industry. Once again, this goes back to our approach that we're not a verticalized solution. We don't focus on specific industries.
Yes.
It's really depending on your requirements.
Mm-hmm.
We have different applications to cover those requirements. So it's not that we focus on specific industries there.
However, like I have one project that actually focused on the construction industry, and we managed to do it with all the main apps of Odoo. And it's a project based on in the Philippines, and they're using construction management and hotel reservation, and everything is managed in Odoo standard. So one other thing that you might want to look into, if you really think that that you miss a lot of fields, for example, a lot of functions that you guys use in the construction industry, if you're not willing, let's say, to meet us halfway in the implementation methodology by using Odoo standard, what you can also do is check out our apps.odoo.com. We have more than close to 30,000 third-party apps, and some of the construction management are pretty great. I remember checking it out before we actually started the project, but we decided not to go for it. But some of them are actually available and useful.
Yeah, and if you want a one-to-one demo, once again, you can schedule a meeting also if you're on the Odoo website. As you can see on the upper left-hand corner, we have schedule a meeting, and there you can book directly a meeting with me or with one of the business advisors where we can go through your requirements, whether maybe it's specific functionalities in the construction industry specifically,
Mm-hmm.
or if there's any other types of projects, we can discuss it, of course, as well.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Right.
Yeah, so...
Yeah. All right. We have another question. What we can do is you guys can come and talk to us in the live chat directly. Maybe we can get all your questions over there. This way we can meet face to face, and we can take more time to answer your questions. All right. So thank you guys for joining us today. Remember, if you want to join the live chat room, just click on the little live chat room button on the top of the page on the menu. So we have more interesting talks coming in today and tomorrow as well. So a little bit later today, we'll have a partnership consultant discussing how you can become a partner, if that's what you're interested in becoming as well. We're gonna start, I think it's in 1 or 2 hours. Stay tuned. Also, our certain partners are going to share their success stories with Odoo and how they helped local companies to digitize their business tomorrow. So please check out the agenda above the stream and bookmark the talks. See you guys later in a little minute.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Odoo Roadshow Oceania. My name is Petra Barton, and I'm team leader at Odoo Hong Kong. I'm going to introduce you to our partner program. So if you are interested in becoming a part of our community and provide professional services for your clients with Odoo, this talk is perfect for you. Before I start the presentation, I would like to invite all of you who are watching this stream on YouTube to Odoo so that you can have the best experience of our new Odoo event app features by clicking the link in the description box below. So we can interact in the chat box on the left, and you can check out also the other talks that you may be interested in. So later on, we can also talk face-to-face in the live chat room. During the presentation, please feel free to leave your questions and comments in the chat box next to the stream, and we will discuss it after the presentation. So if we go straight to our agenda, this is the agenda for today. First, I will talk about who Odoo is, what we do, what is our value proposition, and then I will present you our business model. So how the partners can be part of this business model and what kind of support we also give to our partners. Then we'll talk about what are the business opportunities for our partners and how you can join us and become our partner. And to dive straight in, who are we? So Odoo is quite a young company. It was founded back in 2005 by Fabian Pincares. And this is his quote. So our mission is really to help companies grow. We want to give them the tool that they will love, that they will like to use, and also become as effective as possible in their daily operations. So we have already now 12 offices all around the world. Right now, I'm talking to you from Hong Kong office. And we also have the headquarters in Belgium, in Brussels. We have 2 offices in Corosière, one in Antwerp that we just opened up a few months ago, actually. We have 1 office in Luxembourg, and then Dubai that overlooks Middle East, and Indian office overlooking the Indian market. And also we have research and development offices there. And then for the Americas, we have New York, Buffalo, San Francisco, and Mexico. As you see, we already expanded quite fast in the past years, which can only prove that we are on the good way to provide the tools all around the world. In 2020, we have over 1,100 employees, over 3,000 official partners. Only in APAC, we have 420. And now we already have over 6 million happy users. Here are some of our biggest references. As you see, we are present in SMEs market, but also we take on bigger projects as well. All right. We also got some prominent awards. We were recognized by Capterra as the most popular ERP solution provider in 2019. Then in ERP Focus, we were amongst the top 20 ERP softwares. So a lot of websites out there recommend Odoo and just recognize that this is the right tool for SMEs and bigger companies. Odoo is a very scalable and complete solution. So we do provide the modules that span for different operations from sales, CRM, to finances, manufacturing, the human resources. The most beautiful thing is that it's all integrated. So when you create, for example, a quotation with sales application, all this is going to be lively reflected in financial modules, so in accounting. Whatever you do in operations, such as manufacturing, you can immediately create a purchase order. So it's all reflecting and communicating with each other. Maybe here, I would also like to add that as you grow, as your company grows, you can always add new applications. You can always add new users. You don't have to go all in from the beginning already. So we are truly unique, fully integrated. The apps nicely communicated with each other. The software is also quite intuitive. So you'll see that your employees will not need a lot of time to learn the software. And it is also completely scalable. So you can start with few users, with few modules, and then expand as also your company grows. If you need help with getting to know the product, if you need help with the training, we can also provide you that. And we also have a lot of resources available on our website completely for free. So you can already go on odoo.com/slides and start learning the software. Okay, perfect. So what is our value proposition? While the traditional ERP vendors were designed for established enterprises with bigger budget, with vast investment budget, Odoo took a different approach. So it is designed for individual users, for smaller companies. And our main focus is to be as simple and as efficient as possible. And then you can, as I've said before, you can add new users, you can add new modules and connect those to communicate with each other. The traditional ERP vendors, however, usually downgrade the existing solution that was intended for bigger companies, which leaves SMEs merely with a very limited solution, which is not the most effective approach. Odoo, on the other side, delivers powerful enterprise class software to companies of all different sizes. We are present in SMEs as well as in bigger companies. So we really aim to integrate and simplify how your business processes work. Here on the left side, we can see how a lot of different businesses still operate nowadays. So they may create a website with WordPress. They will use MailChimp for the email marketing. They will use Salesforce for CRM. A lot of companies still use Excel sheets to run their operations, which is quite inefficient, but also you will need to develop the connectors between the softwares. There is danger of double entry of data. So a lot of time, a lot of money will be spent. And this is where Odoo comes in. And this is what we aim to solve as a problem. So Odoo is all-in-one solution. We have one platform, a lot of different applications. They all communicate, integrate with each other. So you will no longer need to connect all these softwares to run your business. The only thing you need is one software, one platform, and different applications that can be found in standard. We also are completely adaptive to different devices. So you can use it on laptop, you can use it on bigger screens, you can use it on the phone as well as you go, if you're on the field. It is 100% responsive also to mobile. If you use the mobile application, if you use a tablet as well, so you can access your data from wherever you are. We are also integrated with other solutions. These are the most visible ones: Magento, UPS, FedEx, eBay. So mostly with the shipping companies. But you also are completely free to integrate Odoo with any other solutions, any other softwares if you need to. We do provide APIs that you can find on our website. Okay, so this was a brief introduction of Odoo. And what do we do? What do we aim to solve as a problem? How we can help companies to get more efficient. So now I would like to talk about our business model and how we work, how we cooperate with our partners. Our partners are very important to us. They're really part of our bigger team. And together with our partners, we aim to provide the best services possible and the best software possible to our customers. So here we can see that on one side, we have the customer that finances the whole ecosystem. So they will pay to partner for providing the services, and they will pay to Odoo to get the software, so for the users and applications. The partner role is really to be the technical and functional support to end users. So we do expect partners to have certain level of knowledge to be able to implement the software. And of course, this is how you make revenue. You sell the business services. While Odoo, on the other side, our job is to support you as a partner. So we will support you as much as possible to make sure that the project is implemented successfully and that the customer, of course, will be a happy customer and we can make a success story out of it. So one of those things that we provide you is professional services. So we can assign you a functional consultant, technical consultant. I will talk about it a little bit later. We give the value proposition. Every year, we release a new version. Right now, we are in version 14. And once a year, we upgrade the software. So also your customers will have free upgrades if they're our subscriber. And we will also train the partner, train in a way that you will know how to do a good demo to your customer, but also, for example, sales training, which is also quite important if you are on the look for new leads. Okay, so the pricing model is quite simple. I already mentioned before, but the final cost of the customer is for the licenses plus the partner service. So the revenue for the services goes completely 100% to the partner. We will not take any cut from that. However, they will pay to us for the licenses. And the pricing is very simple. You can find the pricing calculator on odoo.com/pricing. You simply choose the number of users and you choose the applications that your customer needs. And this is the final cost. There's no hidden cost. We are very transparent when it comes to pricing. We do provide multi-year licenses as well. If you or your customer would be interested in that, you can let us know and we can provide a special offer for your customer. How to invoice the customer? Odoo will always invoice to the customer directly, so that we can keep the track of who our customers are, and also so that we can help them whenever they need any functional support, or if there is might be some bug in the system, so we can help as soon as possible. When the customer subscribes to the licenses, there are some services provided for free, such as free bug fixing, free yearly upgrades, and free functional support with help desk on our website. And what are partners' business opportunities? So first of all, there's 3 ways to sell Odoo. You can either have it hosted on our cloud, so you can have Odoo hosted on Odoo Cloud, or you can even have it hosted on your own cloud or on your client's premises. So what is the benefit, advantage, disadvantage of each? So I think the most standard one and the most famous one would be Odoo SaaS, so the one in the middle. It's very simple. Odoo out of the box, standard applications. You just need internet browser, internet connection, and you can log in to your database. It's very good when you don't need any heavy customizations or any extra third-party apps. So it is hosted on our cloud, so there will be no extra cost for hosting, but you need to make sure that indeed no development will be needed, because here is strictly standard, and the only customizations you can do is with Odoo Studio. And then on the other side, we have Odoo Cloud SH or on-premise. So they both allow you to do customizations by changing the source code. They both allow you to do the development, to install third-party apps. The only difference is that with SH, we take care of the hosting. And if it's on-premise, of course, you need to take care of the hosting, maybe on Amazon Cloud or on Google Cloud, up to you. We provide you with the source code. So if your client will be hosted on Odoo SH, you will be able to do the development on SH. SH Cloud is it's basically platform as a service. It is directly linked to GitHub, so it allows you to do the developments online. It's very efficient, very fast. And one more thing that is attractive for the customers is that the cost that the customer pays for Odoo SH will be transferred back to the partner in terms of commission. So you will be able to get 100% of commission on Odoo SH for up to $180 per month. And for Odoo on-premise, of course, you take care of the hosting. It's completely your choice how you want to, on what server you want to host it. Again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to write them down, and I'll try to answer them later. So the revenue provision for our partners. First of all, you will get, as I mentioned before, the service fee. This is completely yours. This is the biggest chunk that goes to you in terms of the revenue. I will mention later what kind of services you can provide, but pretty much the sky's the limit. As long as you are able to provide the services, then by all means go ahead so that you can, of course, increase the potential. And then besides that, you will get back the commission on the licenses sold. For every contract you sell, you get from 10 to 20% of commission on the licenses, on the users and on the apps. So if you go to odoo.com/pricing, you can calculate how much your customer will have to pay to Odoo. And then out of that, you can take into account that 10 to 20% out of that amount is yours. Besides that, if your customer is going to be hosted on Odoo SH, so not on SaaS, not on premise, but only on Odoo SH, then you will also get back the commission up to $180 per month. Or if it's less than that amount, you get 100% back. So that's pretty attractive for our partners. We don't encourage our partners to sell only community, but you are allowed to have it as part of your business model. But yeah, if you sell community, our free version, it is not supported. It is not, we don't charge for it. So of course you don't get any commission on it either. And also your account manager will not be able to really provide you the support for community projects. So I would advise you to focus on selling enterprise, SaaS, Odoo SH and on-premise versions of Odoo. So maybe just a few words about what Odoo SH is. As I mentioned before, it's PaaS, platform as a service. It is ideal infrastructure for developers, for different testers that want to test third-party apps, for project managers and system administrators, because it does allow you to do developments directly online. You can test the developments immediately, install third-party apps there. You can have staging environment as well, and you can maintain the code directly all from one platform. You can find more information about Odoo SH if you go to odoo.sh, where you can also calculate the exact pricing for the hosting. What are the business opportunities of partners? I would say if your team is able to provide all of them, all of these services listed here, then you are free to do so, but we will help you in case you cannot. So in case you need help with any of those, we have the team here that can jump in and help you out. Maybe you need some support in the beginning when you start with the partnership. But basically, most of our partners would charge for the deployment, for providing different developments, customizations, configuring the system, doing gap analysis as well in the beginning, before the whole project even starts, the training of the customer as well, hosting. So you're free to set any fee for these services, and Odoo will not take any percentage from these services. And now the most important part is how to become, of course, Odoo partner. So as I mentioned before, partners are a crucial part of our network. They are very important for our growth in different countries. So we really appreciate them, and we want to give them the tools that will make them grow. So we want to grow together with them. And these are some partner benefits that you get when you sign up for a partnership. So I think the most important, the key benefit would be a dedicated account manager. So this will be your best friend here at Odoo, helping you with your deals. If you need any sales guidance, if you need any guidance with how to do a good demo for your customer, then our account managers will be the right person to refer to. So they are experienced people. They're working with different partners all around the world, and they are Odoo experts that can help you to win the deal if you collaborate closely with them. So they can help you from functional perspective, from sales perspective. They can be directly in contact with your customer as well if needed. So you can invite them to different meetings, or you can request a quick sales coaching from them as well. We will publish you on our website as our official partner, which will give you a great visibility on Odoo.com. So the customers that will be looking for a local partner to work with will probably contact one of the partners that are published on our website. So your chances of getting a new customer just being published on our website will, of course, increase. And also, when you go to the pricing page, and if you scroll down, even the self-subscribers can find the partners that want to work with. So, of course, if they choose you from the list of all the official partners, then it will go into your pipeline, and your account manager can help you to qualify the opportunity. Besides that, we have a lot of leads incoming to our pipelines on a daily basis, and your account manager will assign you these leads into a pipeline as well. So you're free to contact them, besides also looking for your own prospects. So qualified opportunities, dedicated account manager, promotion on Odoo.com. We will also share with you the marketing resources. So that means that we will share with you the leaflets, the different presentations, different slides, and other marketing resources that we have. If you have any success stories of successful projects, we will be more than happy to work with you and make a nice reference and put you as integrating partner, which will bring you more clients. We encourage our partners to use Odoo themselves internally as well. Why? It's because I think this is the best way to learn how to do the implementation firsthand. So also the different functionalities, if you use it on a daily basis, you really see the value of the software much more. And this will allow you to pitch it better to your customer as well. And that's why we also give you substantial discounts. If you want to use Odoo internally, we'll give you a discount on your subscription. If you are interested in getting an offer, just contact your account manager or the person who is in contact with you from Odoo to give you an offer for internal licenses. But this is only available for our partners, so not for regular users. Also, of course, the partner commissions, it's something I mentioned before, from 10 to 20%. I think it's quite an attractive incentive to sell more contracts. It's not finished yet regarding the partner benefits. You will also receive the source code. Of course, access to the source code, I think, is one of the key benefits for your developers, so that you can develop, you can test, you can customize on top of existing modules. You will receive unlimited testing environments, so you can create different sandbox environments, different databases where you can demo to your client, you can test the modules, and of course, train your team as well. You'll have full access to Odoo SH for testing and development purposes. You will also receive Odoo Scale Up Game, which is a great tool to interactively learn Odoo modules in a fun way. So we came up with this game about 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, and it turned out to be quite a successful tool to learn software's functionalities. In order to help you guide you through the implementation methodology, and also to give you more sales training, you'll have full access to partner knowledge base. We'll show you how to negotiate with the client, how to charge to your client, what are the variable costs, what are fixed costs, how to follow the quick start methodology that we use here at Odoo, how to do a very good wow demo. And the e-learning platform is a set of videos that will allow you to get trained in Odoo functionalities. We have different partnership levels. So every official partner, when they start as a ready level partner. You will be able to renew ready level partnership if you sell at least 10 users in 1 year. So we give you 1 year time to prove yourself and to have different, either smaller projects or bigger projects, but 10 users is the minimum rate if you want to renew as our official partner. You will be having quarterly reviews with your account manager, and they will upgrade you to silver partnership once you sell 50 users, and gold partnership once you sell 150 users. Of course, silver and gold partners, they enjoy higher recognition on our website, but also they get higher commission. Ready level partners, they get 10% of commission. Silver level partners, 15% of commission, and gold partners, 20% of commission on every contract they sell. And regarding the certifications, so we would like our partners to show that they have sufficient knowledge in Odoo applications. So we will ask you to pass the certification, which is based purely on functional knowledge. So it doesn't contain any technical, only the functional. So the ready level partners need to have at least one person certified, silver 2, and gold 3 people certified internally. Retention rate, minimum retention rate, if you want to become silver, is 70%. So 70% of your existing contracts need to renew. And for gold is 80%. And then, for the visibility on Odoo.com, all ready silver and gold will be published on our website. But of course, gold will be on the top, silver below, and ready on the bottom. All official partners, ready silver and gold, will also get 100% commission on Odoo SH that they sell to their customers, up to $180 a month. We also have learning partnership, which is more intended for startups and for the companies that are still in the beginning of their learning path with Odoo, or are not sure yet if this is something that they want to introduce in their business services. So their commission is limited to 10%, and they don't enjoy the visibility on our website, but also we don't have any special requirements for learning partnership, for learning partners in terms of the certifications, minimum retention rate, or the enterprise users sold in a year. Just to quickly touch upon learning partnership, this is something, as I said, maybe for startups or for companies that are still new to Odoo. You can start with more accessible program and then upgrade to official partnership later, after you maybe learn more about Odoo and after you sign your first customer. So this is also an option. So to go through a few benefits that we have, that I already mentioned before, if you become our partner. If you are visible on our website, I think this is a great advantage that can bring to your marketing. So we have over 1,300,000 website visitors, according to Google Analytics. So it will bring you a good value in terms of maybe generating leads or just promoting yourself as our partner. I definitely also advise you to promote yourself on your website as our partner, because the customers tend to trust our official partners, knowing that we back you up. As I mentioned before, also the self-subscribers from our pricing page, they can find your name, and then of course the lead will go to you. So if you are listed as an official partner, it can bring in new business, and it can be a great marketing tool for you, for your company. You can find all our partners, by the way, on odoo.com/partners. We'll also share with you the marketing materials. You'll have access to the different leaflets, presentations, and references. And as I mentioned, you're welcome to collaborate with our marketing team to make a success story, and we can publish it on the website. We also make promotional events and webinars. So if you would like to be featured in our webinar, feel free to speak to your account manager, and we will be very happy to make a webinar together. I think it's also a great way to boost leads. Another thing I would like to touch upon is the promotional events that we normally we do physical events, roadshows when we were able to travel, but we recently switched to online events with really, really great success. So we have already hosted over 100 online events around APAC, online and physical events, with over 160,000 attendees. We just 1 month ago, we had Odoo experience with the release of new version V14, and there were 50,000 people that participated online Odoo experience, which was amazing success for an online event, of course. We usually do the roadshows in a physical form, so one of our representative would travel to the country of the sponsoring partner. We would do the presentation together with the partner, present their services, present their customer success story. And of course, every partner will get also the list of attendees, which is a great lead generation tool. The sponsorship fee for the roadshow is US dollars. So the goal is to boost the leads and to have fun together, share the customer success stories. It's a perfect opportunity for you to pitch your strengths, to pitch your services. Most of the participants of the roadshows are actually potential users, which will give you, of course, a great opportunity to get new customers. So if you are interested in sponsoring such an event, don't hesitate to get in touch with your Odoo representative, and we can talk about it where you want to host it next. The success packs. So I briefly mentioned success packs as a way of supporting our partners when they are maybe new or they don't have a lot of experiences yet in implementation of Odoo, or they just simply don't have enough resources and want to outsource some support to us as well. So we do have functional consultants, technical consultants, developers, salespeople, dedicated business analysts, resources available for partners. So you can get different hours in terms of the partner success pack. So we have 25 hours, 50 hours, 100 hours, even 200 hours if it's necessary. So basically, once you get the hours of success pack, the consultant will be assigned to you, and they will timesheet the hours based on your needs, based on your projects. And once you run out of all the hours, you can either buy a new pack or continue on your own if you manage, of course, to learn directly from us. I would definitely recommend a success pack because it's the best way to learn directly from Odoo itself, from our experts. So in the future, you can act more independently and be really professional when it comes to the right way of doing Odoo implementation. So here's some services that we can provide. As you see on the list, we can either help you do the gap analysis for your customer, help you answer the RFIs. We can help you to analyze the requests of your customer. We can give you functional technical training. We can help you prepare the demo. We can do the ROI analysis for you, together with you as well. We can have on-site or remote intervention. We can help you also to do the customizations and developments and performance reviews and code reviews and audits. The pricing is published on here on the slide. to all first-time buyers of Partner Success Pack will also receive 15% of discount. So I would say it's very much recommended if you want to make sure your implementation will go smoothly, or if you need to learn, of course, if you need to invest into training. The training resources, we do provide some training resources to our partners when they sign up. So first of all, we have free functional videos available on our website. These videos are really great for any beginner in Odoo. They cover all standard applications, and they're very intuitive if you follow them. And you can also use our scale-up business game that you will receive as a partner. Besides that, we also have partnership knowledge base, which is more of a sales, technical materials to really get the proper training in how to do a good demo, for example, or how to follow the right guidelines when it comes to implementation itself. Here are some references also that you can follow if you want to check out all this information for yourself on our website. So to become a partner, you have a lot of information published on our website. If you want to find different partners, as I mentioned, on odoo.com/partners. For Odoo pricing for users and applications, go to odoo.com/pricing. To see the training materials for the functional training, it's odoo.com/slides. You can also check out the pricing for success packs and check out some of our customer reviews, our success stories, and also the partner dashboard and the SH information. So what is next? If you want to become our partner, the next step would be to review the information that we can send you if you get in touch with us, or maybe later in the live chat room. So I can send you information, review the information, make a decision if you want to be an official or learning partner. We'll send you the quotation, and you can sign and pay. And congratulations, you are our partner. The pricing for learning partnership is $690 yearly, and for official is $3,950 per year. After you become a partner, we will assign you an account manager. You will do an onboarding call with them. So you will explain them where you stand, if you have any projects, if you need any training, where are your weaknesses, where are your strengths. You can do the SWOT analysis together. And then you will have access to all the training tools, to all the materials, to the marketing tools, the partner knowledge base, and you can start learning, you can start training your team and preparing for winning your first project, of course. We suggest you to schedule regular meetings with your account managers, just so that you can get constant support and so that they know also what is going on and what is the progress with your projects. So that's the end of my presentation. Up next, we will have the Q&A session. If you have any questions regarding the partnership program, please feel free to leave your questions in the chat box on the left, and we'll go over it in a minute. And if you'd like to chat with us through a live video chat, please stay tuned and we'll instruct you to our live chat room after the Q&A session. So see you in a minute. Hello and welcome back. So I'm going to answer some of your questions that you wrote down in the chat below. So the first one would be, how can I modify the source code and create APIs? So as I mentioned, Odoo is open source. Every partner will have the access to enterprise source code. So you are free to modify it as much as you want. You can develop on the top of existing modules. You can also create completely new modules with the source code. So you are free to customize the code if needed for your client. We will also give you the sandbox environment on Odoo SH and on premise. So really there's no limitation when it comes to development and customizations. For the APIs, I would advise you also to go on our website, and under developers documentation you have available APIs that you can use to create the connectors. And if you need any help also to develop the APIs to integrate with other softwares, we can help you with that. We have developers on demand available for our partners, but you can also claim the support within partner success packs. So I hope that answers your question. The next question is if there is any recommended training for beginning developer. So we do offer technical trainings with Odoo. However, you will need to have some development knowledge already. Odoo is written in Python, so we advise you to be familiar with Python programming language before you start the training. The technical training equals 50 hours of success pack. So 50 hours will be, out of 50 hours, 40 hours will be used for the training, and it will be divided amongst 10 days. So it's quite intensive training online. Our technical consultant will be assigned to you and guide you through the technical program. If you're interested in receiving the full program, so the brochure of the whole training, feel free to write us and we'll send you the brochure so you can see what exactly you can learn during 10 days of the training. So if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to let us know. Otherwise, yeah, you can also schedule the meeting with me on your top left corner. Just click schedule the meeting, and I'll be very happy to have a one-on-one chat with you to see how we can help you to onboard you as our partner. So if that's all, then I would like to thank you for joining us today. We have more interesting talks that are coming tomorrow, and our local partners are going to share their success stories with Odoo and how they help the local companies to digitalize their business. And please check out the agenda about the streams and bookmark the talks. So now it's time to talk in the live chat room. So just click the button in the description below and see you in a few seconds there.